Welcome back to Lotus Cup Europe. We are here at Dejon for the second event of the season as Jonathan Walker leads the way in incredibly treacherous conditions. The car's really squirming for grip as they fight their way around this legendary French circuit, and I suspect by the checkered flag, possibly notorious in the eyes of many of the drivers. So here's the battle for the lead though, because Jonathan Walker is not having it all his own way. Jeremy Lorenko is right there in pursuit as they come up over the crest, edging towards 200 kilometres an hour. She hits now as we get along the grid hatchings, very high speeds in such difficult weather. So the leading duo sprint through, and again Lorenko shows himself to the inside of Jonathan Walker. Walker closes the door, kicks up plenty of plumes of spray. In car with Lorenko, he seesaws at the wheel. There is Xavier Georges, she's in pursuit of Frank Laroche, and they have got Steve Williams just behind them. Jonathan Walker though, and Lorenko, they're both flinging the cars around. Great to watch in this difficult weather. David Harvey in the thick of the next scrap. He has got the bright red to 11 of Benoit Rogier, tucked in behind him as the leaders. Closer than they have been really at any stage in the race, and Lorenko, you get the sense, is beginning to really apply the pressure to Jonathan Walker, having to be so smooth and delicate on the throttle coming up out of the hairpin. This is when an educated right foot is more than required. This group of cars coming downhill, that's Phil Capstick in the black fluorescent yellow number 22 car. So he attempts to close up on Benoit Rogier. Rogier in turn is looking to pick his way further still the order. So there is Capstick. Just has to be oh so gentle applying the pressure. He's got Nicola Gambini as well as part of that scrap, as David Harvey runs out a little bit wide. Meanwhile, back in car with Jeremy Lorenko, he and Jonathan Walker. Full tilt through the final turn. Lorenko is going for the move around the outside line. That is a lovely pass from Jeremy Lorenko, if he can hold it all the way through to turn one. But that was absolutely brilliant stuff from Lorenko. Maximum commitment as he flashes through over the start and finish line. He'll lead the race, but will we see Walker looking to fight back into turn one on the brakes in car with Lorenko. Down to third gear, there's plenty of space to the inside, and it's filled by Jonathan Walker, so Walker goes back through. The pair of them having a super tussle. Meanwhile, the fight for third is equally keenly contested. Jean-Baptiste Loup just clear of John Packer. Baptiste Loup in the red and black car. Packer has gone for the all black, and then they've got Philippe Loup just behind them. Wave yellow flags and safety car boards appear once more. So the field being neutralised. Wonder what the reason for that is. Well, Dejon circuit right in the heart of wine country, and you suspect that the Lotus Cup Europe drivers might find the time for a glass or two at the conclusion of this race, because they are doing remarkably well to circulate so competitively in really treacherous weather, because not only have you got the rain coming down, you've also got a circuit with lots of camber changes mid-corner. Here's the reason for the safety car, and it's Frank Laroche and Xavier Georges disagreeing over the rights to the same piece of tarmac. Xavier Georges in the gravel trap, Frank Laroche with a slightly battered Exige. As Jeremy Lorenko arrives in the instant, Frank Laroche walks away. Both cars very close to the proximity of the circuit. They're not the only ones being caught out. There's Jean-Pierre Genou-Prachet having a quick spin. Also in car with Jean Potier. Oh, one way then the other. Around we go. And into the gravel trap. He may require some assistance to get out of there. So that is one stuck Elise. So Frank Laroche looks on stoically. Xavier Georges is dragged on his way to a place of safety. With the pace car coming past, I just wonder whether or not we may run out of time to get this race back underway. Drivers consult as to what went wrong, and indeed we do have the red flag coming out, and with some 20 minutes ticked down on the clock, that is enough for the result. So John Walker wins it just from Jeremy Lorenko. A great scrap with Jean-Baptiste Luc completing the podium from John Packer and then Philippe Loup and Nick Walker. Top production runner, of course, was Jean Ras in 9th position, just clear of Markus Nikovic. Well, despite the very difficult weather, 29 of them in all making it through to the checkered flag, with just 1 or 2 casualties along the way. Hopefully the weather will improve in time for race 2. But as the rain continues to team down, an opportunity for Jean-Baptiste Loup, Jeremy Lorenko, Nicholas Walker to celebrate on the podium in Dejon.
John, congratulations, finishing 3rd overall, moving your way up the grid nicely. It was really wet out there. How was it?
Yeah, really, really wet. It was a really hard race. Yeah, really, I'm really happy for the results and also for the team, because it's our first victory here in Dejon and of the season.
So on to race 2. It's going to be as wet as you started off and finished off in race 1. Have you learnt anything about the circuit now?
The circuit, I know it since qualify, and I don't know, but the weather can change between the first and the second race, so we'll see.
Jeremy, 2nd in class, 2nd overall. It was obviously wet out there. How was it for you?
I am very pleased, very happy. It was a good race for us. The weather did not really affect me.
I'm so happy for the next race.
The first race win of the season. It's absolutely brilliant.
Yes, really pleased. We had a wet race here last year and we got wet every session this year, so we're getting used to it in the wet.
So this is where last year you really sort of started to show your battle mentality, and you really were going for it at Dejon last year, and it's obviously shown true again this year.
Yeah, it was a good race, but we didn't get a chance to kind of finish business, if you like. You know, there were only actually 3 laps of racing, 2 long safety car periods, so I think everyone's looking forward to the race this afternoon and crack on and finish what we started this morning.
Definitely, and it's obviously pouring with rain. The circuit is going to be even wetter, quite as wet as qualifying, so you're used to driving out there. Tell us what it's like in this slippery conditions.
Do you know what, it started raining a little bit about 2 laps into the race, and before that it was slightly wet but greasy. Once there was a layer of water on the surface, it actually was a bit easier to figure out where the grip was. So, you know, maybe this afternoon it won't be too bad, as long as there's not too much standing water.
John, 2nd in class, 4th overall. That was a fantastic race, although there wasn't much racing, but what you did good.
Yeah, so I qualified quite well yesterday. I think I was 3rd overall and 1st in class, but today, obviously, the safety car didn't allow us really to race. So it was good while it lasted, but a lot of guys were going off, and I just managed to hold 2nd place in class and 4th overall, so it was good, but hopefully the next race will be a lot drier, maybe. And we might have half a chance of actually racing, so yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I'm very, very happy. I'm very happy for me because it's a difficult race with the weather. It's very hard for us. And I'm so very happy for my son, who is 3rd in a scratch class. It's very fantastic. I am very, very happy. Fantastic for me. It's a very good day.
Dave Harvey, congratulations, 1st in class. It was obviously a slippy drive out there, but how was it for you?
It was very, very difficult today. Just even seeing where you were going was quite an accomplishment, and the track was very, very slippery. 1st in class, but I had to rely on everybody else falling off ahead of me.
Jason, congratulations, 3rd in production class. Obviously very slippy out there. How was it for you?
Yeah, not too bad. Took my time, got into the race. Unfortunately, say with the red flag, it cut short. But yeah, the car was handling well, and yeah, bagged a good 3rd place.
John, congratulations. Now that's the 3rd win of the season. You must be happy. I can see a little smile on your face. You must be happy.
Yeah, of course I'm happy. The race was very short, but very nice. I love when it's raining, so was not a big problem for me. And I think it's a good start for the season.
Definitely a good start for the season. Now, obviously, the rain is coming down. The circuit even wetter than it was earlier. And how are you feeling going into race 2?
I think we will have less rain in race 2, but it should be okay. It should be okay.
Join us after the break with more action here at Dejon.